to define strategies in terms of new food products, or adaptation of products, or adaptation of the communication with the consumers, with the customers. Also strategies that can be used right now, and that will have impact in the near future. So maybe trends could also allow a balance or assessment of risks and opportunities associated with different areas, and is of course a way to plan shifts in the companies according to what will be the shifts in consumers, and also what will be changes in the scientific knowledge that could in some way influence the market. So for the industry, I think we easily understand that food trends are relevant to anticipate what we could necessarily face in terms of competition, and in terms of market and market share, and the ability to sell our products in the market. So I think we all can agree a bit with this. Anyway, what for us is interesting, or why we try to use these exercises of food trends in our degrees. So indeed, we believe that where are we? Yeah, sorry. We believe that when we propose the use of trend analysis, actually we do not propose to the students to analyze the trends. So the trends are defined by external sources. So, but yes, to understand the use of trends analysis, understanding of trends, maybe could be better. So we propose them in different situations, but in particular, we use food trends, and these food trends that we are speaking here. When we started, we have a project-based learning approach that includes or integrates the design and the development of a food product or service. It's not project, it's product. So in our degree of food engineer, and also in our degree of food innovation, and also in other degrees that are not focused on food, but they are focused on food-related areas. So quality, food safety, and food quality. So areas around food, and areas that are relevant for the food industry. We have structured project-based learning approach, where the students are faced with an objective that is, well, you have to design and to develop a prototype of a food product and service. Actually, they have to develop a prototype and they have to develop a business project. So maybe I can include here a food product prototype and a business project. So as we call a business case. Okay. So when we ask them to face this challenge that integrates knowledge from packaging, knowledge from food processing or food technology, knowledge from sensory analysis, knowledge from new product development, knowledge from food safety, I already mentioned, knowledge from marketing and management. So we try to integrate the knowledge from different modules in a learning approach that tries to be transversal to the degree. So, and we use food trends in the first step of this learning approach in what we call ideation. So when the groups of students have to think about what will be the product that they will focus on, we give them different perspectives about trends in food, in the food sector, so they could understand what are social and what are consumer and what are industry trends. So what are industry forces, consumer forces, societal forces that are in place when we think in a particular product, in a particular food or beverage. Could be actually food or beverage, product. This is not well spelling correct there. So is this the what we believe that that could be relevant for our learning, for the learning experience we propose to the students. So we start offering them in an ideation phase tools for them to think and to face what could be relevant issues to consider when designing a food product. So relevant for, of course, the module of new product developed. Also very much relevant for the module on markets and market information, or markets and management. That actually is the name, where information about markets. Sorry. About markets and management. Market management in the sector. Okay, this is the name of our model. So so food trends, the relevance for the industry, the relevance for our learning learning proposal for the students. So I don't know if you want to raise any questions. So if you want, please, but this is our starting point for why we use or why we try to use those food trends. Okay. So if there are no questions in this moment, I will tell you that well, that we can have food trends from very different sources, sources like those. Look, sources like this website that actually is an organization that is called CB Insights, is a strong so those I have some examples of sources for trend analysis that could be specific for food, or they are in general working in trend analysis, and they follow different methodologies. So I will give you a flavor of that, because different methodologies probably represents different things, and this is interesting that students could look to the same problem, or looking to the same problem with different information that were worked out through different methodologies. By instance, CB Insights is very much focused on following the new investments. Look, new investments in food companies, or agri-food companies, or agri-food and beverages companies. They don't divide too much, so for them it's agri-business. And the full information that we can get from CB Insights is quite expensive. So, but there are always information that is free, and is for free, and is public. They offer some of the information, and also it's also true that for us, in a context of in a learning context, if we are looking for the trends of 2000, or the trends of 2020, or the trends of 2019, is a bit the same thing. So they will probably charge more, or they will probably charge in special the more recent trend analysis. So CB Insights. Let me see if I have. I think I did prepare here, because I have here. Yes, this is. Look, this is from CB Insight. From CB Insights, very recent information from March of this year. So already in this a bit in the beginning, or in the middle of this pandemic issue, and they were tracking who did invest. So new investments in new companies. So they are focused on early investments. So investments in new ventures, investments in startups at different stages. So from what they call, or what is called Series A, that is first round of investments, to further Series C, look, Series F. So this company is invest already for some already for some years. They have been they have been attracting investment for developing the business. But look, just to have a flavor of the information that a company like CB Insights can offer us. They are saying that in March of this year, we have a relevant investment of €1,000 million. So is a pretty amount of money. So $1 billion is not euros. So $1 billion is a lot of money that was invest in a company that is called Impossible. And those are the investors that put money there. Horizons Ventures, Khosla Ventures, Temasek, we don't know those names. And what does this company do? Impossible is the company that produces that Impossible burger. You know, it's a burger that is produced only on proteins, based on proteins from plants. So there's a small description here. So Impossible Foods is a sustainability focus. So there's here already a trend. Sustainability has become a trend in new foods, in new food products for a while. Focus on the offer of plant-based protein alternatives. So one of them, the best known products of this company is the burger, the Impossible Burger, as they call it. So it's interesting. I believe it's interesting. So it's information that gives a trend based on the money that investors, professional investors, believe that will be the future of relevant business in the food sector. So is Impossible by that description give us an idea of things that could be relevant. There's a second one that is a much more smaller company that were able to get $100 million, and this a company focused on fermented products that could be a source of protein. So also it gives us a kind of trends. So fermentation technology, and as a way to obtain sustainable protein, so protein that could be obtained from a sustainable source. So two examples of two trends that or trends that we can find out through the spending of money in new companies. So coming back, so this is CB Insight. So if you go to their website, you can search for the information you need. So there's another company that is this new nutrition that publishes from time to time publishes relevant information about trends, and here I believe they are quite expensive in terms of the publications they put in the market. but I believe very much that they work with questionnaires to consumers. They work with panels of consumers. So they go deeper on the understanding of consumers and customers, and then customers. So it's they probably face a more in-depth work to raise food trends. Then there's a good source, interesting source, that is databases of new products launched in the market. One of those is Mintel. There's others. And what is their idea? Is interesting. I think it's an interesting idea, and is a more simple approach. What they follow, they have a large. They manage, and they have a large database, and that is updated. Updated, and they register all the new food products that are on the markets widely in the world. So if there is a new sausage product that is launched and that is in a supermarket, maybe in Armenia, they will be able to catch the information and they put in the database. If there's a new meat, a new synthetic meat that is start to be on the supermarkets in California, they are able to catch it and to put in the database. They cover the Chinese market also, so they cover worldwide new products in the markets, and so that gives us an idea about what are the trends that are in this moment on the market. So it's not an anticipation, but by using data that is actual data concerning new products arriving to the market, we can see, well, let's see what are the kind of new products that are arriving on the market. And we can see, oh, they all mention or they are making efforts to be sustainable, or they are less fat, or they are more this, or they. So it gives us an idea about the efforts that were recently done by producers in the world to embed in the new products that are launched, that are in the market to be available to consumers. Okay. Then there's other companies. Sorry, any question, please? Other companies like Global Data. Of course, we can search bibliography. And one thing that we have done is that we are a member of that there is a industry. Industry is mainly an industry food cluster. So there's in Portugal there's an association of companies, more industrial companies, some producers also, but mostly I would say that are industry that are associated in what they call a cluster, and and they offer some services to the associates. So as we, as university, are members of this industry food cluster, we have we have access to some kinds of services. And one of the services they have is this one of trends. They can search for trends. They subscribe Minitel, that is quite expensive for us, but they subscribe for the whole group of associates, and we can ask them a search of trends in a certain sector. They also do an exercise that is each year they produce and they present what are, according to them, what are the food trends for the next year. So, and we invite them to repeat the presentation they made for the industry. They came to our university and they present to our students. So it's a way to have well, an external representative of the industry to speak about trends to our students inside the university. So they have access to this kind of information, and they discuss, they are at least able to discuss what those trends could mean. Okay. So I could give you also some examples of by instance, these are other searches that I made, and different trends appear that we could certainly discuss if we are interested. So 2040 global food and drinks trends, and they have quite generic but quite well identified trends. Those are from CB Insights. Those are macro trends from Forbes. Also, plant-based is plant-based protein is a trend. So as I mentioned, we can find different interesting sources. But what I would like to yes, this was the presentation of last year from Portugal Foods. That was done in a partnership with Global Data. So look, what were the 6 innovation trends to watch in the food industry? So six innovation trends. So the plant-based proteins and the plant-based food, what they call plant power. So the relevance of plants in the nutrition, in the food in the consumer side. So the plant power. So more space for plant-based products. A second one concerning personalization. So the relevance to be able to have products for different requirements. So personalization. So another that is the value of authenticity, the value of traditional, the relevance of the local products. Very interesting, very interesting especially for small countries like our countries. When thinking in Armenia and in Portugal. So the keep it authentic, not only the products, but also the process of production, the process, the way of packaging, the packaging used, the distribution used, and so on. So keep it authentic is one of the six trends they mentioned. Sustainability is I already mentioned from a few years ago that we saw the rise of this sustainability issue as a transversal trend in the sector. So worries about the packaging, worries about the source of the products. So different aspects about sustainability. Let me just make a break on this. When we present to students that when thinking about new food products, they have to take in consideration the issue of sustainability. This means that they will appear in the classes that are related to sustainability across the food chain or something like that. So there's a module on the course. There's a module related to sustainability issues. So they will appear on the course, on the module, with specific questions that match the goals of the module. So how can my product be more sustainable? What could make my product more adequate to this trend, and so is a way. So the trends, in some way, they give more relevance to some of the modules in the way that it gives additional motivation to the students to try to get relevant knowledge from the different models. I believe this is interesting. So we try to cross and to integrate. It helps us to cross and integrate knowledge from different courses. That I believe is a challenge for higher education. So in a quick way, look at smart lifestyle. So new lifestyles that needs people to have short lunches, or that are lives that involves a lot of mobility, or that are lives that needs products or dinners already produced at home. I don't know. So a trend that is concerning the match between lifestyles and products and services in the food arena, and then something that consumers are also for a while, for some years, they are getting more aware, is about transparency across the food chain. So if we are eating this product, we would like to know how it is produced, where it is produced, what is added in terms of ingredients, how clean is the label, how good this is for me, what are maybe problems that are associated with this. So this issue of transparency is a quite relevant challenge for the food industry. So it's a quite relevant and challenging trend. So this was last year and those are other trends from CB Insights. So from CB Insights, the trends for very global trends from 2018, already with 2 years. So I will not go in detail, but those are trends that they come out from what are the investments in new companies. Okay, so it's the same thing. I will maybe finalize with information from the presentation that have been done this year from Portugal. So the trends for 2020, maybe with this pandemic thing, those trends were no more too significant. I don't know, but we can roughly look to them to see another approach that actually has been prepared by New Nutrition, this company, this New Nutrition business. That is a company that does very detailed insights, and if you need additional information is available. Is expensive, but is good information. So I will just show you some information that we can retain from the presentation. So they divide the trends by megatrends, and they identify 4 megatrends that then have impact in what they call 10 key trends. So the 4 megatrends that maybe we can understand. Look, one is sustainability. That is a trend that is well identified since I don't know, at least 7 or 8 years. Functional products that are naturally embedded on the products. The fragmentation of the information concerning the food sector, and what they call snackification, so the need to have convenience in the way different products are packed and available to the consumers. Let's just give a bit of insight in this quickly, maybe to have a few minutes for some questions. So I don't want to, because maybe more relevant than discuss in detail each trend. Maybe more relevant is this perspective, because you see sustainability. We saw sustainability in very other sources of information. So if we look to different approaches to different methodologies to achieve and identify food trends, some of the trends are the same. So even if we look from different perspectives, some of the final trends will be not too different between them. So sustainability. Then this natural what was the name, functionality, that you understand very well. What is the idea? So finding functionalities in natural products. So the fragmentation is that people have access to so many information that actually when they are asked about do you think you know what is the best food for your diet and your health, most of the people say they are confused. They don't really know, but they try to follow different orientations. So this fragmentation of information about what is best for me to have my diet and to have my to follow my own food line is nowadays very much fragmented. Sustainability, we already spoke a bit. So sustainability could come from the primary production. So some companies start speaking about well, their products start to be based on regenerative agriculture. This is already related with that trend that we saw before, that is transparency. So transparency is something that could end up with a product or a company explaining what is the beginning of the production process until the packaged product that is on a shelf in a supermarket. So this whole chain in some way has to be more transparent to the consumer, so the consumer could trust the products. So let me go a bit faster. Products that are convenient, so the snackification, they invent those words, but it's okay, snackification. So oh, I see fruit, one of those dried apple pieces. This product was developed at our university. So I think I then found yes, it's oh, but it's in Portuguese. It's not relevant for us. But they mentioned that the product fruit was produced in our university. See, so it's just a curiosity. But it was an interesting product, and it seems they are having interesting success with this product. So snackification. So the relevance of the wellness concerning the digestive process. So also the microbiome things. So there's key trends related to the wellness, the digestive wellness, that you certainly could know more than me about this, but you know, related relating this to the fragmentation. You see, consumers are a bit confused about that. So bread is good for our digestive health or not, or bad is bad. So it seems that almost the same number of people believes that bread is bad and also that bread is good. So also the same thing with milk. So and with meat. So this mega trend of fragmentation and confusion is also aligned with or influencing this other one. So key trends to concerning carbohydrates. There's we can probably see the same thing with additional thing related to sugar that is in particular is an issue, and that's sugar tax is starting to be deployed around the world. So sugar is also an issue. Plant-based food we already spoke about. This is plant-based, but related to snackification, and so they also try to sugar is a key trend that they put apart because is by itself a relevant trend. So people don't want to or want to limit the amount of sugar that they get every day. So a key trend apart. So things to reduce sugar, different strategies. So we will follow. Also another key trend that we already spoke a bit is one concerning protein. So also different strategies to improve protein income. The other is related fat. So we have key trends to major classes of nutrients. So sugar, protein, fat, and here is the fat reborn. So some good fats are becoming trendy. Becoming trendy. Look is the cover of Time magazine. Eat butter. So it's becoming a bit more. It's becoming trendy. So a new idea for meat. So a new there will be a need to sell meat in another way. I don't know if they have here more information on this, but yes, there's meat can actually save the planet, or meat is a problem to the planet. Maybe there's different arguments that could be used. Can cattle be good for the climate? So there's people that there's different proposals for trying to sell meat in a way that could be more reasonable for people to understand and to buy. Another that we already mentioned, so that is authenticity, that is keep authentic. We mentioned before. So those are the local makers and some issues driving the trend of the authenticity. So another trend that is the look to energy. People want energy. This could end up with caffeine. This could end up with other in other products, even the cannabis products and so on. So there's here different things, and I believe that this was already the key trend 9, yeah. And another proposal from this analysis is that if you are able to connect different trends, maybe you can get a success in the market. And they give an example that well, I'm not aware of that. That is what is this? Is an ice cream that is raising a lot in the United States market and challenging the Unilever products and so on, and they can in some way mix the plant-based, the less sugar, the some permissions to indulge, the more protein, the snackification, so small portions. Some of them are dairy-free, some of them are high protein content. So they try around those ice creams to align different trends, and it seems they are succeeding well. It's just an approach that they recommend. So some references that actually I could include here some more, those from the beginning, and it's basically this that I would like to share with you. So more than the trends for 2020, then itself they could be interesting, but also in the way we use trends to engage students in the learning processes that we have to propose to them, and the different sources of information about food trends that we can find for free, and that we can find paying if we are more focused on the issue. So from my side, I think I've done what was my objective. So if there are some questions, I will be delighted to answer. So I will stop there, and if there's some question, don't hesitate. Otherwise, I thank you for your availability, and yeah, and we believe that those food trends could be really interesting for motivate and dynamize the learning processes in our courses. Okay. So thank you very much.
Are there any questions?
No.
Yeah.
Thank you, Eduardo, for interesting and productive presentation. Thank you so much.
Yeah, well, thank you very much. I hope so. So I try to mix. I don't know if you believe that is a good approach. I try to mix some content with how we use that content in our degrees, and what we want to achieve with our students. So we try to mix content with the practice of that content. I don't know if this is a good approach for you. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. So have a good day and a good week. Thank you very much.